Alright, hey guys, while everybody's chilling at home, we have our next video. This is going to be for flyer flexibility. I highly advise you do the flyer conditioning one right before doing this, but this is going to be good no matter what. First thing is make sure your body is warm. We just did conditioning, so Sarah's all warmed up and good to go. You do not want to do this cold. You need warm muscles to stretch. So we're going to start. Now, homegirl is flexible already, so we're going to do everything as an oversplit, all of our split stuff, with the front foot on this mat. If you're not at that point yet, if you do not have full splits on the ground, just go on the flat ground, that is a-okay. But we're going to go ahead, left foot on there, just do a split. And first, we're just going to get comfortable, so we're going to take, just as you're doing this, just try to go to a happy place and get comfortable, because we're going to spend about 2 full minutes in this split. And right now, we're just easing in, feeling okay. As your muscles loosen, you can kind of bring yourself down a little bit. Always make sure, always double check yourself. Front toe is pointed and back knee is facing straight down. Mess up your back knee and have it go sideways. It's so easy for this to come out like that, but that defeats the purpose. We need, go ahead and roll it under. We need back knee to be facing straight down. All right, so I think we've gotten warm into our split, so we're gonna spend about 30 seconds bringing your chest as close to your knee as possible. Just like that. Now, like I said, the big thing you wanna do is relax. If you're pushing really hard, that tenses all the muscles up. Instead, you wanna just put your body in position and try to relax and let gravity do all the work for you. Doing good, Sarah, you feel good? Perfect. All right, so a lot of this video is just gonna be us chilling and waiting. Hopefully you're following along at home, so you're not bored because you'll be in the splits. Just another 10 seconds or so. Doing good, doing good. Now in 5 seconds, we're gonna shift to our other position, which is just gonna be bringing your chest as tall as possible and your hands right by your hips. Go ahead and walk it up. So she's just tall, hands by your hips. As you go here, you're gonna feel a little bit of stretch on your back, which is the point. You're also gonna feel a little bit more pressure down as her body is stacked on top. And again, that's the point. We're just trying to get into a deeper. So this is our second stage of our stretch. You okay, Eva? This is our second stage of our stretch after our little getting warmed up into our split. Sarah's having a great time. She's loving life almost as much as she's gonna love life on our next one. I got about 5 more seconds. Keep it going. Y'all doing good. And here's what I think is probably our hardest one. You're gonna walk your hands back. You know what? For this one, if you need, you can take your foot off the mat. Go ahead and scooch off. Because here we're trying to work on our back body flexibility, so we don't need that elevated. She's gonna walk her hands back and lean her shoulders back as far as possible. Do you feel the stretch in your lower spine? That's the idea. We wanna be pushing, but we wanna be gentle. Now, if you have a friend at home, give me your arms. You can do some of this where they're pulling back and down. But we're gonna pretend none of you have any friends, so we're all doing everything alone, and she's just leaning. Doing good. Got another 15 seconds. Pushing back, this is gonna help with our scorpions, our scales, even our arabesques, stretching out your lower back. People always think that getting your splits is hard, getting your splits hurts to gain that flexibility. I don't think so. Lower back flexibility, that's the really tough one. 5 more seconds. And then we're gonna get that foot back on the mat. And go ahead and walk that back up there. Now this last stage, this last 30 seconds, this is the real tough one. Now, when you're doing your split normally, I want this flat like that, but right now she's gonna get her toes under. Her front foot, her foot's on here. Right now her knee is on the ground. We're gonna straighten this leg. So the only things touching are her 2 feet, which is gonna kind of push her down even harder. We're just holding it for about 30 seconds. Is this harder? This is super hard. But especially if you're on flat ground, this is a good way to push and just give you that little extra flex. We got about 20 seconds. Y'all are doing great, keep it going. Where does it hurt the most? Yeah, the hip and the quad over here, because you're using it to keep that leg straight. Just another 10 seconds, keep going, you're doing great. pushing, keep pushing. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. And every time we finish all the split, we've been here for a while, so I want you to relax, shake everything out, give your muscles a little break, take about 20 seconds, move them around, and then we're doing all the same stuff on the other leg. So we're halfway done with splits now. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and take the mat. Alright, so again, we're taking that first bunch of time, first 20 seconds or so. We're not even pushing that hard, we're just warming up the split, getting comfortable. Like I said, the big thing here is try not to count the seconds. The goal isn't to do it as hard as you can, as fast as you can. It's to try to get comfortable. Try to just take your time and then let your muscles just stretch, not push super hard. In about 5 seconds, we're going to push that chest down and start our first 30-second stage. And so we're bringing that chest to the knee. We're just hanging out. Again, this is of course aimed specifically at our flyers to help with body positions. But as with any workout, working out is good for you. Flexibility is good for you for any athlete. Splits, good for everybody. So whether you're flyer, back spot, base, hop in, do some of this stuff. Everything we do in any flyer conditioning or flexibility is also going to help all of your jumps. About 5 more seconds here, and then we're going to the tall position. And walk those hands back towards your hips. Chest is nice and tall. Feel good? She feels great. Awesome. We're going to hit some shoulder stuff too. A little bit. About 10 more seconds. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Is this your better split? And we're going to walk those hands back. And just like she's doing, bring your chest back as far as you can, bring your back back, bring your shoulders. You can even let your head hang back a little bit. But you're going to feel this in your lower spine, along with all the places you're already feeling in for your splits. You're doing great, honey bun. Keep going about 20 seconds. Doing good, doing good. Keep pushing. We only have one more thing for splits. We're almost done with splits. Sarah's having a great time. She got about 5 more seconds. And we're gonna do that really tough one. So we're putting the toe under. Come over here. Her toe is under and she's pushing this knee straight, so her knee is not touching. The only things touching the ground is that foot, this foot, and hands to help balance. This is gonna make your body weight push your split lower than before. This one is tough. About 20 more seconds. You're doing good, honey bun. Keep pushing at home, keep pushing. About 10 seconds. Then we're gonna start on the back. Like I said, back flexibility, that one is tough. That one takes a while. So we're gonna show you a couple things. We're gonna do some things today to help with that. About 5 seconds. And you can come out your split, and again, take your time and just shake everything out. Everything got a little bit tight while you're holding those splits. But we're done with splits now, so we're gonna move on. First thing to do for back stuff, I'm setting this up for a minute from now, but the first thing we're gonna do is just plain a bridge. Now, when we're training to stretch our lower back, we wanna do a bridge very specifically. Can you still back bend? Cool, do a back bend. So you get into your bridge, you can back bend down, or you can push up, it doesn't matter. Now, your normal bridge, put your feet together. This is your normal bridge, and this really stretches your shoulders, but we're gonna try to stretch lower back. So she's gonna walk her heels as close to her hands as possible. Good, put your heels on the ground. Now, do you feel it right here? She sure does. So you're gonna get as close as you can, and you're just gonna hold it. Once you get to that point, you're just gonna hold it for about 20 seconds. Feeling okay? Can you breathe? Cool. She can breathe, she's fine. Got about 15 more seconds. Still feel it in your back? Good. Now we're gonna pretend that this isn't too hard, so she's gonna take one tiny step in, and then still put her heels on the ground. That's the big trick. Don't be up on your tippy toes, put your heels on the ground. And she's gonna slowly walk it out and come down. Feeling your back? Good. Now, every time we stretch the back in an arch, I really like to stretch it out the opposite way, do a pike. Now, when we stretch out the back, if we do a normal pike and we fold forward like that, that's a lot of the hamstring muscles, but I wanna stretch out the back, so we're gonna do this pike just a little bit different. You're gonna grab right under your thigh, and instead of your chest going forward, you're just gonna curve and bring your shoulders straight down. Can you feel how that stretches out here just a little bit? And it feels really good after you just did the arch for a minute. So you can pull it down and you feel it stretch out the back right there. So you're gonna relax for a sec, and then we're gonna do that bridge one more time. One more bridge. Follow along at home. And you can just push up into it. And again, she's gonna walk it in and keep those heels on the ground. When you feel where it stretches, just stay there. It's not about walking it in all the time. Walk it in one step, put your heels on the ground, and then just stay there until it feels okay, because it's gonna hurt for a minute, so don't rush. Let it take a minute and feel okay. Is it harder on your back or just being upside down? Is there a lot of blood in your head? Yeah, that's okay. There's a whole lot of ways to do back flexibility if you have a buddy, but I'm assuming everybody's just at home alone, so I'm making sure we can do all this stuff alone. And slowly come on down, and let's do that pike one more time to stretch your back out in the opposite direction. She's gonna grab on the thighs, and she's just gonna hunch forward and down. Feel it right through there. All right. Coming to our next thing. Come on over here. Now, like I said, there's a whole lot of stuff we can do with a buddy, but I'm planning everything today to be stuff you can do on your own. We're going to use these mats. Obviously, I don't think everybody has big mats at home, so find a bed, a counter. Don't be kicking plates off the dinner table. But find something that's about the height of the bottom of your booty, and you're going to come over here. We're still doing back stuff, and you're going to stick one leg back on this like an arabesque, and then just hop in close so you're right next to it. More. Good. So this leg is stuck there, and then she's just gonna lean back. And again, can you feel it right there? So again, you can do this on your own. If you've got a really friendly buddy like me, I can help and push even more, but you don't really need it. You can take it upon yourself and just push back. And this is the exact same flexibility that we work on for all of your scales, scorpions, and arabesque. Keep going. We're gonna hold this for about 30 seconds and then switch sides. Jason, what's our time?
13:18.
Perfect. Right on schedule. See, I have it written here. 13. Doing good. About 10 more seconds. She's pushing.
Landscape or portrait? Would you like the next one portrait mode or landscape?
Have them all the same. This is fine. Everybody's gonna watch on their phone. Doing good. And we're gonna come out of it. Again, relax, shake it out. We want to keep that back kind of loose. And then we're gonna put the other foot on. Do another 30 seconds like that. As always, double check that knee. It is so easy. Your body naturally wants to turn it out like that because that's easier, but we don't want to do things the easy way. We want to do it the right way. So knee is straight down. Nice stepping and pushing it back. Now, of course, right now she's basically stretching out her opposite scale or opposite scorpion, which people don't generally do. But I still think it's a really good idea to stretch it out like that because we want to have your body equally flexible and equally strong. A lot of back problems and later in life hip problems come from being asymmetrical. So anytime you stretch one, even if you don't use the other one as much, you still want to stretch and condition. All right, just about 10 more seconds, and I think we're done with all of that hard stuff. And relax. All right, for this next one, for all of our scorpions and scales and stuff, everybody knows that we need a flexible back, but a lot of times people don't realize that we need flexible shoulders. Sarah's just saying earlier that her shoulders hurt from doing squats sometimes, right? So this is going to be one of the things that help. We're using rubber bands, but you can use a towel. In fact, when I do it at home, I like to use a towel. This is a really good one for all your shoulder health. You're just going to grab. Now the rubber bands, they stretch obviously, so I can grab kind of close on here, whereas on a towel I have to grab a lot wider. So you're just going to hold it out in front, all the way over, pull it back behind you, finish that circle, down, and forward. You're going to do about 30. Go ahead and start. Now that looks about right. Now let's say that's just a little bit too hard. Let's say that hurts a little too much. She's just going to widen it just a tiny bit. Go again. That looks a little bit easier. In fact, I would start, do the first 5 or so, make it easy. And then if it gets a little too easy, then you can scoot it a little bit. Now Sarah's going to keep going, and I'm going to tell you what you don't want to do. Like I said, you're probably going to use a towel or something like that. It doesn't stretch. In that case, for me, I'd need to be grabbing it about this wide, because my arms don't go much more than that. But let's say you have a rubber band. The big thing you do not want to do is go up and then just stretch it down. I did not stretch my shoulders at all in that one. You always want to be doing the biggest possible circle. So right here, I'm not pulling down, I'm pushing back as far as I can to make that big circle. Again, you want to take your time with this, but this is real good for the shoulders. How many do you think you've done? 15, 20, cool. She's going to finish out her 30. She's got 6 more to do. Ooh, the next one is rough. The next one, it's so simple, but it hurts. Next one, we're still going to be doing shoulder flexibility stuff. She's going to finish up her last one and then go ahead and lay down on here, face up. Again, you can do this off a bed, off a couch, however. Good, scoot your legs here and your head here. Good. So she's just like this, and as simple as can be, Jason just fell over. That was really cute. Awesome. You can get up, like, awesome. So simple as can be, she's going to come over here. These are 3-pound weights. I would even start with something lighter, maybe 2 pounds, maybe a jar of soup, something like that. She's gonna grab these, she's gonna bring her arms out here, and she's just gonna relax, and she's gonna let them pull. I'm gonna scoot you this way just a smidge so they can really hang. Come over here so you can see the side. And the really tough part about this is you're completely relaxed. So the weight, like there's no resistance, and you just really feel it stretch out in the shoulders. Do you feel the stretch? Does it hurt a little bit? A little bit? All right, cool. We're gonna go a little bit more out here, and that'll let it hang a little bit more. The big thing on this one is at first your arms are gonna wanna resist and pull back because it hurts a little bit, and you wanna slowly just relax and relax and relax. That's the big key to stretching for flexibility, is you don't wanna push and squeeze things. You want to do your best to relax and let gravity do stuff, because you're a lot more bendy when you're not flexing your muscles. So we're going to hold that for about 30 seconds. I think we're probably at about 25 now. And perfect. We just got 2 more things. And when she's good, she can just drop them and come on up. Feel good? Awesome. Come over here, have a sit, come on over. And we're just gonna finish with super simple straddle and pike stretch. So we're gonna start with our straddle. Ooh, you know what? I lied. Let's do a middle split. Do a middle split. We're not gonna hold it super long. We're not gonna hold it super long. Go ahead. That's fine. Perfect. So we're not gonna hold this super long, but it's my favorite way. It's my favorite little routine involving straddle stuff. So we're gonna hold this maybe only 20 seconds. Your front and back, your left and right splits, they work different. And they're, I think, just a little bit more important. But you still want your middle split. Now, here's what we're gonna do. So her feet are not gonna move. She's gonna slowly sit back on her booty and leave her feet exactly where they are. So this is as wide as they really can be, because that's your middle split. She's gonna point her toes right where they are, get up nice and tall. She's gonna reach forward and try to put her chest on the ground. So that's as wide as it can be. Now in a minute, we're gonna bring those feet in a little bit, because when you do your toe touch, a lot of times you don't actually do it way out wide like this. You do it in a little bit, so we want to simulate that as well. So while she's holding this, come on in close. One of the big things that helped me, and in fact I'm just gonna do it right here with y'all. When you're stretching, like I was talking about before, stay over here, I want you to see the profile. Like I was talking about before, you don't want to push as hard as you can. So, come a little closer. So I'm gonna push as hard as I can, and let's see how far I get. I'm gonna push, and that's it. And as I'm doing this, I can feel all my hip and leg muscles tight because I'm pushing really hard. My ab muscles, everything's tight. Now I'm gonna stay here, and I'm gonna actively stop pushing, and I'm gonna relax. Watch what happens. I'm pushing, and I'm gonna relax. And do we see how it can go so much further without everything all tightened up? So as you're doing your stretches, especially your straddle or your pike, I want you to go through that process. I want you to push as far as you can, and then leave over here and relax. And let gravity pull your loose muscles, not your tight muscles. So we're gonna do that with Sarah. Sarah, sit up. So she is holding that one. So now we're gonna bring legs in just a little bit for more of a toe touch and not a complete wide straddle jump. And now, Sarah, I want you to push as far as you can. Try to touch my hand. Touch, 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 touch. Okay, now relax everything. And you can see as she relaxed, just her torso is able to go down just a little bit more. You okay? Can you breathe? Cool. And she's, especially if you have a friend, having a friend help you stretch, it's not because I can push harder, it's because I can just do all of the work and she can just focus on relaxing, especially your hip flexors, your hip muscles. She doesn't have to do anything, she can just be Play-Doh and I can just push her down. Feel good? We're gonna hold that another 10 seconds. She's just gonna breathe. And come on up. When we do our last thing, we're just gonna do a simple pike. Put our feet together. As always, we're doing cheer stuff, so we're gonna point those toes. She's gonna get tall, reach forward, grab by her heels. And again, I like to pull hard for a second, and then just try to relax and let those muscles stay loose while she goes down. We're gonna hold this about 30 seconds, and then we're gonna call it a day. If you feel like you're not bendy enough, you can just do the whole thing over again, or maybe just the splits. This is a good, difficult workout. 10 more seconds. Pushing this nice and straight, staying long. And relax. Good. After a nice long stretch like that, make sure you just wiggle everything out. Really important, you do not want to do this kind of stretching at the beginning of a workout or a practice. You want to do it at the end. One, when you hold static stretches, which is just holding a stretch for a long time, it actually makes your muscles just a tiny bit weaker. So if you're about to tumble, you don't want to do this. That's why you see on a lot of our teams we do high knees, butt kickers, we do all that kind of dynamic stuff, the moving stuff, because that is better for you when you're about to work out. And two, you need your body to be hot to do this. And that can be artificial. Like if you just went into a really hot shower or went into the sauna, your muscles work different when they are physically warm. I like to work out, get really hot like that, and then stretch. But if you want to stretch and get flexible, you have to have your muscles all really, really warm. If you're not sweating, you probably shouldn't be doing flexibility work. But I hope that all made sense. I hope you all followed along, and I hope we got a little bit more bendy today. Thanks so much. Thank you, Sarah. Bye, guys.